Hello everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Once again, today we're doing a flight from Heathrow here in London, and we're going up to Newcastle and checking out the Orbix Newcastle scenery. You can check everything out in the description below if you want to see what I'm using there. This video is sponsored by Thrustmaster and the TCA side stick and the throttle quadrant you will see today in this video. We're flying the fly-by-wire mod version of the A320neo. And the livery is provided by Klink's Megapack. All right, in previous videos, we've gone over all the pre-flight stuff. Today, we're going to show you the pre-flight on the mcdew, which is our little flight computer down here for our routing today up to Newcastle. Everybody's getting on board the airplane now. You might hear some American voices. That's because that's just default PAC-X. It does that. However, the safety briefing is a custom one for British Airways today, so that's something to look forward to. Get these lights up as well. It's kind of early in the morning here, and we're expecting a little bit of clouds, maybe some rain on the departure. It should be nice up in Newcastle once we get there. So let's head downstairs to the mcdew and get things going. First things first, we'll go to init page here. We're going from EGLL, which is London Heathrow. Short taxi today. We're taking off on runway 9 left, and it's right behind us, so that's kind of nice. We're going to Echo Golf November Tango. We'll throw that in there. There we go. It's going to automatically grab our flight number from SimBrief, which is Speedbird 1324 today. Cost index they're giving us, well, what are they going to be nice to us today? I'm going to look on my paper. It's 21. Yeah, they're being nice to us. Not bad at all. We'll throw that in there. And cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. That goes in there as well. Click on the IRS init page. Make sure it's aligned. It is. That's good to go. Second page now. I've already done my all my weight and balance, so we have that. That is good to go. We'll go to the fuel page here. We've got 8.2 on board, so 8.2 for the fuel here. Put that in there. That's looking great. Everything is calculated there. I'm not worried about the winds or anything. I know you can add that stuff in there, but we've been fine without it, so I'm not really worried about that. Flight plan, we'll put that in here in a second. Performance page here. We're going to be flaps 1 on departure out of here, and we're going to be up 1.0. I get that number because it just works for the load that I usually put here on the airplane. So that's good. Transition altitude here in the UK is 3,000. We'll throw that in there. And we'll put V1 speed for flaps 1, 131, VR of 132, and V2 will be 136. So very light today, just 144 passengers. All right, so we are going to be departing here out of EGLL. We click on this guy here, go to departure. Remember, we're taking off on runway 9 left. That is the one. And the departure is actually the Ulti 1K. There we go. There it is right there. Select it. And that will be that. No transition. Insert that in there, and that's all you need to do for the departure. And then we're going to be going from ULTIB here. Click on that. We're going to go to Airways, and we're going to be taking the T420, so Tango 420. There we go. Throw that in there. And that's going to be going out to Akupa, AKUPA. There we go. Boom. If you guys want to skip ahead to the pushback, I'll have that in the description below, and you can be ready to go there. So from Akupa, we're going to jump on the UI250. UI250. And then we're going that all the way to Rimto, so RIMTO. What's his name? Oh, there we go. That's good there. And then we're doing the Rimpton 1 arrival. So we can hit insert here. Now we can go down to the actual airport, which is EGNT. Click on that, and then the arrival is going to be the ILS 7 approach we're expecting, and that's going to be on the Rimpton 1 arrival, like we said. There we go. No VS, nothing there. Insert that in there, and that is how you program your flight plan here in the mcdew. So I've got about 23 minutes until we need to be wheels up, so we have a little bit of time here. Let's go to our plan mode. I'm going to jump out here, and we're going to make sure this makes sense to us. So we'll go to flight plan here, and then we'll step through it. So 9 left, and we're going to go out to, remember, ULTIB and all that. And then we're going to hop on the Airways and go out from there. So going up north, that looks good there. And then Rimto, the arrival there, and then the ILS 7 approach. Looks like an absolute mess, so we'll just vector ourselves. Or we're going to use ATC today, so maybe they'll do it. We'll see how that works out for us as well. You can't really get, you know, a perfect flight plan within Microsoft Flight Simulator, but you can sure try, and I'm good with that. So let's go ahead and call up ATIS. We'll get that, so we have our local QNH. And we're going to be in this one here. Hectopascals, unless we're something else. Flight directors, come on. Max auto brake. We'll pull up the spoilers, the ground spoilers. We'll lock that cockpit door.
Temperature 5. Dew point 10. QNH 29.65.
Okay, 2965. So I don't have hectopascals selected. That's okay. We'll just roll with it today.
Departing runway 9 left and runway 9 right.
You got it.
VFR aircraft.
Okay, over to clearance. Let's get our clearance so we can get on out of here. That's all we need from ATC.
Delivery Speedbird 1324 IFR to Newcastle, ready to copy.
Speedbird 1324 is cleared to Newcastle Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 9 left climb and maintain 7,000 feet.
7,000.
Frequency is 118.475. Squawk 0617.
All right, that's the squawk. We got all that. We're going to read that back.
Speedbird
And they're going to do it automatically, and then I'm going to make sure this is all the way over to TARA.
Takeoff runway 9 left climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure on 118.475 squawk 0617.
Beautiful.
Speedbird 1324 read that.
You're ready to go when you are.
Awesome. They're ready to go back there.
1.905.
All right, excellent. Let's get our fuel pumps on. And I'm going to do my first checklist of the day. So we'll do right before we're ready to push back here. That's what we're going to do. All right, pushback preparation. We've got beacon light comes on. We've got doors. I check and make sure they're closed. They're not yet, but they're going to pull the old thing away here. And I'm going to talk to the ground crew in just a second and tell them, hey, man, we're going to be getting out of here soon. And I think they'll be happy about that as well.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, they're already talking to them. So there goes. Got the jetway away. Let them know we're ready to go down here.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We'll be ready shortly.
Okay, I will hold.
All right, he'll hold for us. Sweet. Doors are closed. Pushback truck. We called them up, and we're going to start the pushback as well.
Upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
All right, we'll call up the pushback now.
Cockpit to ground.
Let them know we're ready to go.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Yes,
Roger.
we are.
Release the parking brakes, please.
All right, parking brake is released.
Parking brakes released.
Go ahead and do your thing, man. And we're going to have our nose pointing to the right. All right, they're pushing us away from the stand, and we're waiting for them to give us the clearance.
You start your engines.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This goes over to
please
start
direct your
mode,
attention to
and
the
we'll
screen
start
for the
engine
point
number 2
safety
first.
demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
So we're turning number 2.
No, only feature films. Well, this could be your big break, okay, mate? So don't mess it up. Shall we get one in the can, guys? Now listen, Jordan. There's gonna be an auto cue, so you don't have to learn the lines. You just read them. Okay, focus. Okay, action!
Hello. We will now demonstrate the safety features on this aircraft, and your attention is essential, as these may differ from any aircraft that you've flown on before.
Take care your hand baggage does not block the aisles or exit. It must be put under the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker.
All right, going to set the parking brake for them so they can disconnect the tow bar.
Roger. Okay, the
Beautiful.
tow bar is disconnected and your equipment is clear. We'll see you on the left side with the pit.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
All right, we'll start engine number 1 next.
Bearing in mind this may be behind you.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
No, seriously, that bit about the nearest exit's really powerful. Please carry on, Sandy.
Tandy.
Andy. Sorry.
Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. And remember, high-heeled shoes must be taken off as they may tear the slide.
God, no way. Designer shoes, like me. We're so like soulmates. We should hang.
If the cabin air supply fails, oxygen will be provided. Masks like this will appear automatically. Stay in your seat and pull the mask towards you. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this and breathe normally, adjusting the band to secure it. Please note that the bag may not inflate. In all the washrooms, tub world, you'll first
All right, flaps 1 are selected here. We got our flight control test next. We got left, neutral, right, neutral, forward
Right, pay
neutral,
attention, please. Your life
back
jacket is
neutral,
underneath
left
on the
rudder,
side, your
right rudder,
seat.
and then we're
If
going to set our
required,
pitch
please
trim for
remove the
1.0
jacket
up.
from its container.
That's selected there. Flight controls
Pull it
are
over
free and
your
correct.
head. See a red toggle? That's definitely the toggle to tug. Now the air in this rather wonderful jacket can be topped up by using this neat little mouthpiece.
Very interesting safety briefing video by British Airways. So I'm going to go ahead and get my checklist out here. After engine start, engine mode selector is going to come over here to norm, so we'll go ahead and do that now. There we go. APU bleed comes off, and the master switch will come off as well. Ground spoilers are armed. Rudder trim is set to 0, and we can double check that there, 0.0. Flaps are set for 1. Pitch trim is set. Anti-ice is off. APU master switch is off. And slides are armed. All right, we'll call up ground and we'll tell them we're ready to taxi IFR over to runway 9 left, which is right in front of us here. The taxi and runway turnoff.
In the unlikely event of the aircraft having to make an emergency landing, you will be told to adopt this protected resolution.
You got it. Well, we're not going to do all that. We're just going to come right around the corner. How about that?
You must adopt this.
The ground is really screwed up. I don't know what they're talking about, but okay.
Have any questions?
Thank you.
Please ask.
All right, almost down here. Let's go ahead and do our thing here. So we got takeoff config. That turns on there. Let them know we're ready to go. And to be seated for departure. And we'll call up tower here in just a second. And we're going to also get our weather radar on here. So that's good to go. So we come down here. System 1 comes on. Predicted wind shear comes on. That is selected. All right, wonderful. So we'll do before takeoff checklist here next. We've got brake temperatures are good. Cabin crew has been advised. Engine mode as required. Packs 1 and 2 are on. Runway lights and all that stuff. Lane lights, we'll get that in just a second as soon as we get our clearance for takeoff. So we'll ask now. Let them know we're ready to go here on 9 left.
Ready for IFR departure, runway 9 left.
Speedbird 1324 cleared for takeoff, runway 9
Clear for takeoff. All right. Sweet. Acknowledge that. Landing lights come on. Nose lights takeoff. Wing lights on. Strobe lights come on as well. And we're going to start rolling forward here. And we'll ding them one more time. Let them know we're taking the runway. There we go. That works for me. All right, folks. Well, enjoy the departure. I've got a new angle for you today so you can see how I use my feet on takeoff and how I use the throttle quadrant and the side stick all at the same time instead of, multiple camera angles of that. Very interesting turn onto the runway here. It's got a huge displaced threshold, which I'm fine with. Makes me happy. Very easy to deal with. And we're going to go ahead and start our clock because we are going to be rolling here very shortly. There we go. Clock's going. And we'll bring up our throttles. Let them hang. 5 degrees pitch down. There they are, stable right there. And we're going to go Mantoga. We don't have to pay for the gas. We don't care. Don't care about that at all. Mantoga, SRS runway nav. Auto thrust is blue. Airspeed is alive. And we are neutral by 100 here. Left rudder there as the wind is starting to push us. Let go of that guy there. V1 and rotate. Nice and smooth. There she goes. Positive rate. Gear up. We're on our way out of here. Overhead panel. We can go ahead and turn off our runway and our nose light as well. And continue our climb here.
Speedbird 1324 contact London Center on 118.475.
Bring up our flaps here and contact departure.
Going to 118.475 Speedbird 1324.
There we go. And we will tune to them and contact them as well.
London Center Speedbird 1324.
Put our speed brakes away. Don't need those armed anymore. Making our left turn now out towards our first one. Leave us go over to climb mode. There they are. They are selected. Bring that nose down a little bit here. There we go. Looking good. Don't need my feet on the rudder pedals anymore. We're above now the standard pressure, above 3,000 feet. And we're in our left turn now. Looking good here. That's all there is to it. That is our departure out of Heathrow, man. It was a short taxi, and right on in the air we went. There we go. Expected arrival in 54 minutes from now, so that's not too bad, right? All right, we'll get on course here. Put up the 20 there. Yeah, some build up on the left-hand side there, but not a whole lot happening there, so that's fine with me.
Generic Zulu Bravo Kilo, please expedite your descent to flight level 210, 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. QNH 29 decimal.
All right. Nice gentle turn to the right here.
And maintain 6,000 feet.
They're going to be getting us higher in a second because we got yellow, so 1,000 to go till 7,000 feet. And we're getting back here on the line. Still hand flying the airplane. Yep, waiting for them to get us higher. I'm sure they will here once we get closer to 7,000 feet. Nice view of London off to our right-hand side over there. You can see. Look at that. Using Orbix London, and we're using the Orbix Newcastle today, so a little bit of both. And here comes our left-hand turn now to the next intersection, the Ultib. That works for me. There we go. You gonna get us higher? Come on, buddy. Come on, lady. There are constraints around here. There might be constraints. There we go. 16,000 feet for us. Boom. You got it.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet speed burn.
All right, on up to 16,000 feet we go. Once we line off here at Ultib, we're going to go ahead and turn that autopilot system on and let it do its magic as we're still climbing out of London. Beautiful, beautiful day. Nothing crazy as far as weather goes and rain and all that. Normally it's pretty rainy here, but today it's not bad at all. Okay, we'll line off right here. And you can see I just barely moved that stick, man. There's not a whole lot of movement you do with that. So that's good to go. Autopilot 1 is selected, and we're good to go.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Generic Hotel Kilo Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small fee. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi to find out more information.
All right, coming up on 16,000 feet. Man, the ATC is really, really chatty today. They're kind of annoying, actually, as they should be. Yeah, see all that weather off to our left-hand side. We're kind of skating right on around that, not worried about it. Waiting for them to get us higher. We're at 16,000 feet now. We've already got the landing lights and everything off after we got over 10,000 feet there. So everything else is looking good here so far on our flights. You're gonna... Sometimes it takes them a while to get you higher. I don't know why they're step climbing us, but it just seems to be the ATC module, which we all know is not the greatest thing in the world, but we're just rolling with the punches. We're at 16,000 feet. The ATC is just stupid. We're going to go ahead and go to 17,000 feet because maybe then they're going to go, okay, you're good to go. But we've been at 16,000 feet and they're asking me to go higher. So Microsoft ATC still pretty crappy. Pretty crappy. All right, coming up on 18,000 feet, I shut off the AI traffic because I can't take that generic nonsense anymore. They're like, generic, you're like X amount of feet above, blah, 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 and it's just nonstop. So Just shut them off. We'll let ATC take care of us. Hey, look at this. We're at 18,000 feet and they're not talking to us. Let's try going to 18. Let's go to 18.1 here and see if that does it, because the autopilot seems like it doesn't want to maintain the actual altitude we put in there. So you got to put one above it so it'll actually trigger the ATC to talk to us. Okay, so they won't give me anything higher than 18,000 feet. We tried. What a joke. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel the IFR and say screw them. Or we'll try, yeah, because we're never gonna get up to our flight level today if we listen to these idiots. So climbing through flight level 260 right now for 300. And I did want to mention that, you know, today we put our transition altitude at about 3,000 feet. I am fully aware that in the UK it really does change. It can be from 3,000, it can be 6,000, 5,000, whatever. We're just going with 3,000. It's an all-around number. I don't fly in the UK that often, so I'm still new to the UK. And forgot to change things into hectopascals, because if we would have been in that, it would be QNH of 1013, which is, you know, your standard. So that is the differences you're seeing today. We're still kind of flying with my American brain, but it's working out for us. It's not so bad. Looking at the weather, it looks like it's going to be okay for the most part. We can come down here. We can click on our menu, go to ATSU, and then go to AOC menu, and we can go to the weather request and get in METAR, or we can go back and we can get the ATIS report, see if there is one. I don't know if there's going to be one for this airport, but we'll put a request in there and see if that is the case. And just in case that isn't, we'll go with a weather request and send that off as well. So right now I'm requesting flight level 280. They'll give us that, and then all we have to go up is just another 2,000. And then we'll ask for another 2. We'll acknowledge that. And this is how you get them on the same level you are, because right now they're still broken. But it is nice to have a little ATC help on the descent, because the current version of the fly-by-wire A320neo does not have a descent, a top of descent profile working. I know you can do the math, the multiply this, blah, 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 by 3. I know that, but I don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. It's not really going to be accurate anyway, so I'd rather have them vector us, and it works out. So the best thing to do is just cancel your IFR and then refile with them, and then ask for another altitude. Or what I should have done on my climb was, when they're holding me at 18, I should have just said, hey, I would like this flight level, and they'll give it to you. Because maybe they only wanted to fly us at 18,000 feet today. I don't know why that is the case, but it seems like that was. They cleared us to 300, so we're good to go. And we are cruising along here on our way to Newcastle. Want to say a big thanks to Orbix for providing the scenery to me for free. I do not pay for the Orbix scenery. They do send them to me, so I can show you them. And I'm excited to see Newcastle. And the more Orbix sceneries that have been released, there's a bunch that have been released, actually. We'll be doing a lot of flying in Europe, because there's a ton of neat sceneries to check out. All right, short cruise today. They're going to have us drop down to 220 already. That's all it took, man. Didn't take a whole lot. We'll just go ahead and acknowledge them, because it'll complain to us about it.
Flight level 220, speed bird 1324.
All right, 220 for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit up, push in on that, so it's in an open descent. And then we're going to go ahead and operate this guy to 1,800 feet per minute. And we're going to go ahead and enable the vertical speed mode. And now we're going to babysit that. Now, once we get to the next point, remember, it's going to reset that again, so I'll have to babysit it on the way down. But that's the only thing you really have to do with this autopilot system as far as that goes. If you have a rocking left to right happen, you can go over here. You can turn SEC1 off. I don't recommend it. Just kind of live with it, because if you do turn that off, you're going to have the airplane hunting the altitude you have set as the automatic trim system is being turned off. In real life, you would never do something like that. That'd be absolute ludicrous, but that's how we have to do it here in this sim, so it kind of is what it is. I'm fully aware we're in our descent, and there's no need to turn the seatbelts on yet in case people want to use the bathroom. We are trying to keep them satisfied customers today, and it's working out. So we'll hit this again, And we'll go down some more, about 1,800 feet per minute. Like I said, you have to really babysit this thing, otherwise it tries to descend at an insane rate. But we're on our way down now into Newcastle. I'm gonna get some information as far as the weather goes. All right, time to enter our approach information. We could go over here to the to the menu and go to our ATSU AOC and see what they told us. We have received messages here, and we had nothing on the ATIS as I predicted that was going to be the case. But the METAR is right here if you wanted to look at that. Variable at 2 looks great. A few clouds down there. Back to the perf page here. I do have the METAR up in my face here, and it's going to be a altimeter. We're just going to put in 2953 because that's what it is. 5.3. We'll put that in there for QNH. Temperature is 4, and the winds are variable at 2, so 0 at 2 basically. Actually, we can go 0, 0, 0 at 2. Make it happy. And then transition altitude, we're going to put that at 3,000. I know that may not be exact for that airport, but we're just going to go with it today. 200 on the ILS, and V approach about 134. Now, winds are variable, so we'll probably shoot the approach right around 135. Now, I shoot it at 140 because I want to add, it automatically, adds that 5 knots or whatever, but I do that because it seems like the airplane doesn't have so much of a wing dip at a higher speed on approach than it does at these actual V approach speeds. So you'll see me shoot this approach at 140 today. We've been cleared down to 16,000 feet, so we'll put that in here. 16,000. I'm going to go ahead and just hit enter on that guy. And then get our descent going here on this. That way we have, we can manage it ourselves. So down to 16 we go. And we will manage that ourselves.
Speedbird 1324, did you copy?
I did. We're just busy. Man, they don't give you any time. They're just like, hey, did you hear me? I hope you heard me. And I'm like, yeah, I did. All right, auto brakes will be low today. And we've got all our information plugged in here. We'll double check the RadNav page. Looks like we have nothing in there, so we're going to have to manually put that in there. That's something that I don't like with these third-party sceneries. It seems to wreck a lot of your ILS frequencies, so you have to put them in manually yourself, which is 111.5 on this guy. So we'll put 111.5 in there, and it should be good to go. 111.5. There we go. And you can't put a course in there. We know that. It would be 069. Let's see if they fix that. Nope, definitely didn't. So there you go. That's good enough. We know in the past that has worked out for us, so we'll just roll with it. About to descend down here into the soup. We're almost at 16,000 feet, so I'm sure they'll have us descend even lower, and we'll get the airplane all slowed up when we need to do that. But right now, we don't need to really mess with anything.
24 descent and maintain 7,000 feet.
7,000 feet for us. You got it. We'll go ahead and put that in there. We'll say hello to them, and I'll go to this guy here. Make sure we're still doing 1,800. The reason why I do 1,800 is because that's what Microsoft likes. If you do anything a little lower than that, more shallow, it doesn't like it, and you're going to run into problems. Now I know I can click that over and just go down and like this, which we can do. Make it a little easier for ourselves. Hit enter on there, and then do this again. You gotta play with it. There we go. That's good to go. Awesome. You see this user one here? We don't want that. I don't know why it keeps throwing those in there. Let's see if we can clear it. No. So the problem is we can't clear these user ones, and that's when you look on here. You see how it goes way out here past the airport? So what we want to do is go to ETSIS, and then we're going to get vectors out to C107. That's what we want for our arrival. And we're going to make sure that they do that before too long here. We're +3 on that. Anything that is below 10, we're going to turn our anti-ice on, but right now we're +4, so we're going to go ahead and turn that engine anti-ice on. Wings are fine for now. Actually, you know, with that cloud system right there, let's turn the wing on just to be safe. So that's good there. But anything under 10, you want to have that on. And as you can see there, we're +5 now. And it's going to get warmer as we go down, so we'll keep an eye on that. But we don't want to ice up the airplane, that's for certain. And we're in our descent phase. Make sure that seatbelt sign comes on. So now people can get back to their seats. I gave them plenty of room. Man, look at that beautiful breakout between layers. That is what I'm talking about, man. That's some proper Great Britain weather right here. All right, landing lights are coming on. We're below 10,000. Wing light as well. We're going to go ahead and ding them here. Let them know we're passing through 10,000. And we're looking good as far as all this goes. Right over here, we're right about 250 now. We're slowing down to 240. Looking over here, we're at +3. So we're going to keep that engine anti-ice on. We turn the wing anti-ice off, actually. Don't need that. But the engine anti-ice will stay on for now until we get clear of clouds completely. That works for me. We've got the speed brakes out. Maintaining that 250 knots, trying to get to 240, but we got a little heavy descent happening here. I don't know what they're doing with that. I'll turn terrain on here for just a second. Doesn't look like it's working, so never mind. We're not going to use that. That works for me. Still going down to 7,000. They haven't vectored us anywhere else just yet.
Speedbird 1324, contact Newcastle approach.
All right, Newcastle approach for us. You got her. We'll go ahead and contact them.
Going to 124.38 Speedbird 1324.
And once we get to 7,000 here, it's going to be real easy for it to maintain 240. I did 240 that way. It doesn't overspeed, and everybody's happy here. Contact them.
Newcastle approach Speedbird 1324 is at 7,000.
Beautiful arrival in Newcastle today. Absolutely gorgeous. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves ready to go here then. So 7,000 on that. They want us on that present heading, but we're not going to do that because it's going to be messed up. So we're going to be left turn heading 340. And we're going to vector ourselves over here to grab the ILS. LS system comes on, so that's the landing system, both sides. So we have the ILS. You can see we got the glide slope and all that popping up, 111.5, so it worked. 17 miles from the runway. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and cancel the IFR because they're going to have us overfly the airport. 2956, thank you. 29er, blew through those clouds, very nice and easy there. All right, we are vectoring ourselves around. I had to cancel the IFR because they're just not going to work with us at all, so we're going to just manually vector ourselves to the ILS. Not a huge problem. We're descending down to 3,000 right now. 2,200 is what we need to be at the final approach fix. That works for me. And we are looking good here. A little turn to the right now to 330. We're going to square it up and then get our intercept heading going here. Slow down to 210. Speed checks for flaps 1. Flaps 1 coming out now. And we're going to slow down to 180 on the speed next. And make sure this all goes smooth because you know how that goes. Where the sim likes to throw stuff at us at the last second. Let's go ahead and make that right turn about 020 now. You see that glide slope starting to come to us ever so slightly. Let's descend on to 2,200 here. There we go. It says altitude constraint, but we're going to go ahead and try to get... It doesn't want to descend, does it? No, it doesn't. This is an altitude constraint there. I kind of blew through the localizer a little bit. That's all right. And the ATC really screwed me on this one as per usual. So we're just going to go ahead and take over the airplane ourselves manually. Whenever you have the airplane not doing what you want it to do, you take it over, you know? Don't let it control you. We'll just keep that descent path going here like that. That's the runway right there. We're going to be a little fast here, but that's okay. Flaps 2. We're going to roll off here and slow down to 140 on the speed. Actually, this will work out just fine, this little interception to the localizer. And we're going to be... There's 265. We'll contact the airport if we can. It might be too far away. No, it's right there. Okay, cool. Watching that glide slope too. Contact tower. All right, we're going to go gear down. Flaps 3. And full stop landing by them.
Newcastle Tower Speedbird 132.
Man, it is gusty out here, isn't it?
Sierra to land.
Yeah, it is. Turn this stuff all on. Turn these guys off. All this stuff you got to do at the last second while you're shooting an approach. You gotta love it.
wind 12 tree
All right, turn to the left now. We're okay. You got it.
1 tree, 24 cleared to land runway.
There's the runway right there. Clear to land.
12 tree at 5.
Sloppy approach, but man, I'm trying to use the defaults, and it just did not like it. So, all right, go full flap on that guy. We're looking good here. A little high on the approach, but that's okay. Spoilers need to be armed. Bring them all the way up. All the way up. There you go. Thank you very much. And we just fly the airplane ourselves. Love the last minute stuff, man. That's every time we fly. Every time we fly in the sim. Whenever you do that. Oh man, this is a beautiful scenery though, isn't it? All right, on the glide slope, looking good here. Remember, 140 is what we're looking for on our speed. And a little gusty around here, man. Got a crosswind about 15 knots, kind of moving around all over the place. So much for variable at 2, right? That's aviation. That's how she goes. Bring that nose up a little bit more. I can feel it wanting to sink down on us. There we go. Got to keep the wings as level as possible here. We don't get that wing dip bug. That's okay though. Get through the 40 call out and we'll be good. There it is. There's the wing dip bug actually. That's okay. Left rudder and let her settle on down. There we go. Reverse is coming out. Using all that left rudder. You can see my my footwork there. Whoa, man, that is some gusty winds right there at the last second. Oh, we got her down. Whew. All right, 70 knots will clear them. That was an interesting arrival, wasn't it? That's this sim, man. I'll tell you what. Only on my live streams do I have like really nice, beautiful approaches. On when I record for YouTube, man, it never fails. But look at that windsock. It was not messing around today. Look at that. Not messing around at all. So we got a long taxi back.
1324, turn next taxiway.
You got it.
Gentlemen, we have reached our destination.
We have reached our destination, Newcastle.
9:26 a.m. and it's currently about 6 degrees.
All right, make our left here.
You can now use your mobile device.
Bring up our flaps.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a
And we will clean up the airplane as we vacate the runway.
Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin. Items may have shifted
You got it. Over to ground. We'll see you.
121.7
And we're taxiing into stand 3 today. Number 3. All right, on the taxi in, we've got the master switch on. Confirm the flap is open for the APU. We'll start the APU up, and then APU bleed will come on as well. That's good to go. All the lights and everything are all good to go, and the flaps and spoilers are stowed away. And we are going all the way to the end and making our right there to stand number 3. But what a beautiful job they've done on the airport here of Newcastle. Looks really, really good. I love seeing more custom airports come to this sim, and look at the mesh and everything. It just looks so beautiful. What a neat approach that was through the layers of clouds. No rain, believe it or not. We're in the UK and we have no rain, so that's kind of nice actually. Left turn here, and then around the corner to the right is where we're going. I heard the APU firing up, so that's good to go there as far as that all is concerned. We turn our nose, taxi light off, and the runway turn off as we're going to be moving into the ramp here. Right over there on the right is where we're going, so that works out just fine. Ahead of schedule, that's all that matters. We're keeping everybody happy with that, so that's really cool. All right, keep coming to the right. And we'll go ahead and marshal ourselves in, because I don't think we have anybody out there to marshal us in today. Man, look at that windsock. It wasn't messing around. Start off variable, and then it really, really changed on us the last second, so That's all right. All right, let's taxi into the ramp. All right, we are here at the stand. Parking brake comes on. We can go ahead and shut our engines off here like that. And we can go beacon light off and seatbelt sign is off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newcastle. That was a cool flight. I do appreciate you tagging along for it. Here comes the jetway out to us now. And we'll get a baggage cart and everybody else and catering. And we will be good to go. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. Big thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring it. I'll see you next time. Take care. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff. Just want to let you guys know that merch is available if you check out the link in the description below. And there should be some images you can click on below the video as well. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I do appreciate it.